everybody.
Hey, everybody. Tiny little glitch with the camera. Please sit tight with us. We're getting it fixed. Oh, my. There we are.
All right.
Hi. Can everybody see us and hear us?
Anybody at all?
I'm going to get rid of that chat box because it just looks like credits over Laura's face. Hi. Seen. Yay. Okay. Oh, loud. All right. Loud.
I'll turn it down then.
Okay. How's this? Is this better? Am I shouting? I tend to shout.
True. So much.
All right, let me get rid of that. Yes, I want to remove it. There's Laura.
Yay, I'm back.
Hi. Okay, guys, thank you so much for watching. This is our 100th episode celebration live from the Stanley Hotel. We are in room 217, and we have already had some crazy stuff happen paranormally and with the other guests in the hotel. So before we get real into the show, I just wanted everybody to introduce themselves. I am Carrie Hopper, and he is back.
Archie Bays.
He came back for the 100th episode celebration. And
Laura Ackerman.
my co-host with the most. So here's how the night's going to go, guys. We are going to have some fun with you. We have a REM pod that is actually sitting on the table next to Laura. We've had that turned on, and it's been going off almost since we got in this room. So we're going to have that running and on and see if Elizabeth Wilson decides to join us. She is one of the former housekeepers that worked for the Stanleys, and she is known to haunt this room. So far she's been checking in. So let's see if she sticks with us throughout the entire live. The first thing that we're going to do tonight is we are going to play a little lightning round game. I'm going to test the knowledge of Archie and Laura. And they get the opportunity to win a really great prize. At least I think it's a really great prize. I certainly would want to win it. So let's see how they do. And then we're going to get right into the show. After the show and after we do our history and our hauntings of the location, we will answer some questions. And, okay, so now the volume is low. Folks are saying the volume is low.
All right, turn it back up.
Okay. Well,
All right.
okay, hang on. I don't want to flash everybody.
You got it.
Okay, how's that volume?
Good.
I think they can adjust it on their
Tish,
own.
we do have a separate mic. It's right here in front of Archie. So, does that sound? Can you guys, is that too loud? Is that better?
It's low.
Okay. Now somebody says the sound is fine and the camera's gone again.
Shut the fuck up.
I will not. I can't.
Couldn't possibly have anything to do with us being in a haunted room.
I mean, maybe. If that's the case, I don't know. We're just going to have to jump up and keep turning it on.
But it's on right now. Is it on there?
It's on, yeah. We're...
So, right. So...
I mean, is it going out for the viewers?
Yeah, when the camera's going out, is the video cutting out for you guys too, or is it just us? Yeah, see, I agree with Tish. I think it's ghosts. So it is on now. So when the camera goes out, it is cutting out for them too.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Well, we're gonna have to do our best with this. This is ridiculous. Yeah. Okay. Hi, Coral. Okay. All right. So the video does go out. Matt's trying to help us. Whoa.
Sorry.
Oh, I was like, whoa, what's happening?
Ladies and gentlemen, the camera is levitating by itself.
Oh my God. Matt is saying, does it have power save mode or is the camera plugged in? The camera is plugged in. It may, I don't know how to do power save mode without having all of you guys see this. We got folks from Oklahoma City, Denver.
Do you want me to hit menu?
Yeah, I mean, you know, North Carolina. Hey, movie quality, movie clip time, video, photo. Can you see what's on the screen? You can't.
We can.
We can.
And people at home can.
And everybody here can.
Want me to click out of it again?
Everybody's saying the lights went out and you got kidnapped.
Alright, I'll unmenu it.
Power off, clock settings, date format. Matt Haas, help me jump in here. Hi, everybody. We can see all of the comments. Can you do, we don't want to do power off.
Down?
Down.
Hmm.
Down.
Up.
I don't know.
Okay.
Can you get menu? Now it's back to us.
Okay. Well,
I mean, if we're constantly having to do this, that's kind of going to be dumb, but...
alright. Well, let's start, and then if we have to go back on and turn it back on, then...
Yeah, we will. I mean, it comes back on really quickly, and they can still hear us, so let's get started, because we certainly... I don't want to be dealing with... We'll just... It's History of a Haunting, and this is just sort of par for the freaking course. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to do a lightning round game with Archie and Laura, and now time is really of the essence because the camera's probably going to cut out. So essentially the lightning round game, I'm going to quiz them on their knowledge of the hotel. The very first episode that we did on the Stanley Hotel, and The Shining, the book and the movie. So how do you guys feel about this?
I think I'm gonna do really shittily.
Yeah, me too.
Pretty excited.
Shittily? Shittily.
Shittily.
Is
Yep.
shittily a word?
Today it is.
What happens in Italian? It's when things go sideways in Italy.
REM pod's going off.
Oh, I think that might have been me.
Yeah,
actually.
there we go.
I'm gonna put my beer up here.
Cool, thanks.
Alright, no problem.
Okay, so essentially here's how it's going to go. I'm going to ask them questions. They each have their own set of questions, and they have 45 seconds to answer as many out of 10 as they possibly can. Laura's going to go first.
Alright.
Are you ready?
Okay.
All right, here we go. And everybody, if you know the answer, don't put it in the chat because Archie's peeking. Oh,
I
REM
can't-
pod's going off.
There's a
That
wine
was not me
glass.
this time.
Yeah, there's a wine glass in the way. I can't read the chat.
Ooh, the REM pod's going off. Okay, good. All right, here we go. Timer starts on Laura. Now, what is the name of the main child character in The Shining?
Fuck, I don't remember. Ben.
Who wrote The Shining?
Stephen King.
What is the most haunted room in the Stanley?
217.
True or false? Lord Dunraven was a well-liked man in the community
False.
of Estes Park. In our episode, is it Archie or Carrie that says, wow, that's bad English, blank, take better notes?
Archie.
What wine do we drink during the Stanley Hotel episode?
Prosecco.
What is the most haunted floor in the Stanley?
The fourth.
In our episode, what book do we reference from another iconic movie?
Dr. Sleep.
The Grand Staircase here at the Stanley is also known as what?
The Vortex.
Ooh.
Alright,
You did pretty good.
Right. I
You
feel
did
right
pretty
about it.
good.
Just
So
that wasn't too bad.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get right.
Laura got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 right. Camera went out again. Will you jump up and grab
Yep.
that? Thank you.
How many did I get when we tried those questions on me?
We didn't. You don't
4.
know what any of these are. All right, we're back.
Alright.
Oh, you're just going to stay there until... Okay. All right.
We'll just take turns.
6 is the number to beat.
Oh, no pressure. Okay.
You
Okay.
can't do it.
I know.
Tish is like, you should have said video. It said invites out to ghosts. Polite but practical because they're clearly fucking with us. Thanks, Tish. You're right. They are. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, hopefully. All right. Arch, 6 is the number to beat. You ready?
No.
All right. Timer starts now. Who is this hotel named for?
F.O. Stanley.
What is the name of the hotel in The Shining? Guess something.
The Shining.
Including tonight's, how many episodes has History of a Haunting released, not counting Patreon episodes?
100.
What Jim Carrey movie was the Stanley used for exterior shots? Guess something. You got 18 seconds.
Liar, liar.
What city is the Stanley in?
Estes Park.
Which room has a friendly cowboy ghost that appears at the corner of the bed?
217. Damn it.
Why did the Stanleys move to Estes Park?
Tuberculosis.
What does red rum mean?
Murder.
I'll give it to you. Okay.
Didn't get 6.
Hey, but you did. That was
You
good.
did really good. Yeah, you got 1, 2. You got 5. Good job, Arch. Okay, so
And it was that Irene movie for Jim Carrey, where he's like,
it was Dumb and Dumber.
oh yeah, that one.
All right, I'm bad.
All right, yeah. Elizabeth Wilson says, "Good job." She's setting the rum pot off. I don't know if you guys can hear that. Okay, so Laura,
Yes,
as your prize,
because I am the wiener.
you are the big wiener, chicken wiener. You get an autographed copy of The Shining
Shut up!
script.
Really?
Autographed by Stephen King, Stanley Kubrick, Jack Nicholson, Shelley Duvall, and Scatman Carruthers.
That's awesome.
Holy shit!
Oh, that's fucking rad.
All right, everybody calm down. It's a copy.
No.
Well, and this isn't my favorite murder. I
it's a
couldn't afford $2,600. But yes, it is an autographed copy of the full script of The Shining.
Oh, how cool!
Thank you. I love it.
Thank
I'll cherish
you
it
for
forever.
playing.
Yay!
Congratulations. Okay, wow, there are cards everywhere. All right, guys, we're going to get into the meat and potatoes of this episode. We are actually going to be redoing our history and our hauntings of the Stanley Hotel. So, Laura and Archie are the thing went out again. I know. I don't know what to do at this point.
All right.
Tire hotel staff.
I know, this is so insane.
All right. I'll stand here while he does his part. I'll come do
And
my
then
part,
I'll switch. Yeah, we'll switch.
Okay, that's a great idea. All right. So also, Tish has a really great idea. The chat is saying that they need a drinking game, that every time the video goes out, they take a drink, or every time somebody says The Shining.
I love it. Let's do it. We're gonna all get really fucked up. Let's go.
Let's do it. Sounds like a great idea. Okay, so because this is one of our biggest live episodes that we have ever had, with our largest live audience we have ever had, we actually wanted to dedicate this episode to our original, the one and only live studio audience, my mother, Nancy Hopper. So she has been with us since the very beginning, the planning of it, the chaos. She is one of our most popular guest hosts, so this episode is going to be dedicated to her as our original live studio audience, and Mommy, we love you very much.
Very much.
Okay,
All right.
let's get started.
Let's get this ball rolling.
Let's do it. All right, Arch, take it away with the history.
Working off of Laura's notes, and Laura's sources are legendsofamerica.com, independenttravelcats.com, amuse.vice.com.
In case you don't like the history, it's Laura's fucking fault.
She wrote it.
Is
I'm just
basically
reading
what
it.
he just said.
And if you do, I also wrote it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. And he had not a damn thing to do with it. We're reading off of Laura's notes, and she says this.
Didn't mean that. All right.
Okay.
As you all know, we are at the Stanley Hotel in beautiful Estes Park, Colorado, about an hour outside of Denver. Can vouch for the notes. This city is stunning.
It is.
It's
It is
stunning.
Really beautiful.
It's adorable.
It's really beautiful.
The hotel is situated on a hill just above the city. The Stanley's large white buildings, immaculately manicured lawns, and red roofs are a study in old-world opulence. It's an impression of high society that only grows with its red-carpeted interiors, dotted with heavy-framed mirrors, portraits, and grand sweeping stairways. The man responsible for building the Stanley Hotel was Freeland Oscar Stanley, who was affectionately known as F.O. F.O. was born and raised in Maine, where he and his identical twin brother, Francis Edgar, were entrepreneurs and inventors from a young age.
I didn't know that he was a twin, but I would like you to speak closer to the mic. Laura and I are very loud. Archie is a very soft-spoken.
Very soft-spoken.
Get right up in there.
The twins sold maple syrup, made concert-quality violins, ran a company specializing in photographic dry plates, which they sold to Kodak, and designed the Stanley Steamer automobile. It's a steam engine car, which basically brought all of the guests up from the valley to the hotel. F.O. and his wife Flora traveled to West Colorado in 1903 because F.O. Stanley's doctor advised him to seek fresh mountain air. Stanley, who suffered from tuberculosis, had been advised to not make plans beyond 6 months. His doctor arranged for the couple to stay in a friend's cabin in Estes Park for the summer. Immediately, they fell in love with the area, and F.O.'s health began to dramatically improve.
Do you hear that?
It's a dog outside.
It's a dog.
Oh, okay. I was like, am I going insane?
No, we should tell them too. There's gonna be a lot of.
Oh, yeah, that's the other thing, guys. Because we are in one of the most famous rooms in the hotel, we have already had people, like, come up to the guest room door, take pictures. We've had people, like, try to open the door, and tour groups come by. Laura and I had walked out, and when we walked out of the room, there was a giant group of about 20 people standing there staring at us because this room is on the tour. So you might hear some extraneous stuff going on outside, but that's, par for the course.
Yeah, that's what we get for where we are.
Okay. Okay, more dogs. Go on.
More dogs.
Before the camera cuts out again.
It's not even your dog.
And it's my dog. Go on.
After spending the summer in the cabin, Flora wanted a home like the one she had left in Maine, and the couple built their new home about 1/2 mile west of where the Stanley would later be built. Today, the house is a private residence. However, the couple decided after a couple of years that they wanted to be able to accommodate more of their friends and provide the sort of social life that would impress their East Coast millionaire friends, so they built the Stanley Hotel.
I mean, me too.
Oh, yeah.
So many
Not
East
enough-
Coast millionaire friends.
Not enough bedrooms in my house, may as well build a hotel. Pocket change.
I mean, you're talking shit, but it's not easy to do.
F.O. Stanley built the hotel on land that he purchased from the Irish Earl Lord Dunraven. Dunraven came to the area in 1872 while on a hunting trip. He had built a hunting lodge, cabin, and hotel for his guests and illegally homesteaded up to 6,000 acres in an unsuccessful attempt to create a private hunting preserve.
Wow, all right.
Dunraven was finally run out of the area after trying to swindle folks out of their land and money. These classy folk. In 1906, construction started on the Stanley Hotel. Wood and rock were obtained from the nearby mountains, and the hotel was built in the Georgian architectural style, which experienced a revival in the early 20th century. In 1909, the luxury hotel was completed.
So Laura is standing behind the camera. Everyone's like, where's Laura? She's standing behind the camera to turn it back on because it just went off. And then when Archie's done with his part, they're going to swap because this can't keep going on. And I'm already starting to get drunk from the drinking game.
In 1906, construction started on the Stanley Hotel. Wood and rock were obtained from the nearby mountains, and the hotel was built in the Georgian architectural style, which experienced a revival in the early 20th century. In 1909, the luxury hotel was completed. with no expense spared. Equipped with running water, electricity, and telephones, the only amenity the hotel lacked was heat, as the hotel was designed as a summer resort.
Which I find really interesting given how, it's up in the mountains, it snows. Like, I feel like, wouldn't you think that heat would be one of the first things that they...
But they only used it for the summer.
Yeah, it was
Only
only...
came
Oh,
back
well,
every
that's true.
summer to
That's true.
to get away from the city and stuff.
Yeah, that's true.
Just like in the Stanley,
Yeah.
or in The Shining.
So Matt, the buzzer sound is when Laura has to turn the camera back on. It makes that chimey, weird noise. Anyway.
Shall I finish?
Oh, yeah.
I'm on my last
Okay,
paragraph.
sorry, yes.
The Colonial Revival Hotel featured the latest technologies, including a hydraulic elevator, running water, steam laundry, telephones in every guest room, and of course, a fleet of Stanley Model Z mountain wagons that could transport guests to and from the local train depot. And now is where Laura and I switch places.
And now we swap.
And you're pressing power.
Yes, this is love. Okay.
Yes.
So just press power when it stops working.
When the
whenever
power
it decides
stops powering.
to stop.
When Carrie
That's
gets
what
a
we
panic
do.
Look in her face.
Yeah.
Right?
Which really what I've been doing when it goes out. Thank you, Jennifer. When it goes out, I've been like to Laura.
Legitimately. All right, so to pick up where Archie left off, to entertain guests, a concert hall was built, which was also a gift for Flora, as she loved to play piano. However, the hotel lacked central heating, as we talked about, until 1983.
I
So
think that's crazy.
it is pretty crazy. So it was only a seasonal hotel for most of the time it's been here.
Yeah.
Because it closed every winter, just like in The Shining.
Shining.
Oh,
Shining.
there we go. Shining.
Shining.
Cheers.
I'm gonna need another drink. I'm running out.
In the beginning, it was an invite-only gathering place for friends and hosted many famous guests, including the unsinkable Molly Brown
From the Titanic.
from the Titanic, John Philip Sousa, Theodore Roosevelt, the Emperor and Empress of Japan, and a variety of Hollywood personalities.
Am I bad because I don't know who John Philip Sousa is?
Well, give me a second. I'll get there.
Oh, okay.
All right, hang on.
Sorry.
So, John Philip Sousa was a renowned former U.S. military composer.
Just keep going.
All right. And he directed the band at the hotel's opening. His autograph was on the bottom of Flora's piano,
Oh, this.
which we saw downstairs already, which Sousa tuned himself. But it was unfortunately removed because a tuner in the 1990s thought it was graffiti and took it off.
Oh, man.
Right?
Yeah, like, ouch, somebody lost their job.
Right? Or at least was never asked to come back and tune
For
that
sure.
piano.
So Harry Houdini also performed in the concert hall. The trapdoor that he used for his famous escape during the act still exists on the stage. And while the men shot pool and drank, the women would gather for various letter writing campaigns. The whiskey bar, now one of the state's largest, provided a common ground between the sexes. Which, we've already been to the whiskey bar as well. Cheers! The building and development of the hotel not only gave the wealthy a place to holiday, it also had a great impact on Estes Park. It provided employment and training opportunities for local residents, and it helped improve local services. For instance, to power the hotel, Stanley constructed the Fall River Hydro Plant, which brought electricity to Estes Park for the first time. So this dude not only built the hotel, he literally created a source of electricity and a grid to make sure that his hotel would be the best thing going.
Yeah.
Which is, that alone is also pretty impressive.
That is pretty impressive.
So Stanley also helped the community by establishing the first bank. He funded the paving of roads. He funded local schools. He gave land to the town. And he helped Enos Mills on his quest to establish the Rocky Mountain National Park. So the Stanleys and their Grand Hotel quite literally helped put this town on the map. The park was founded in 1915, and Estes Park was incorporated in 1917. So Flora and F.O. continued to spend summers in Estes Park. at their private residence before Flora passed away in 1939 and F.O. passed away in 1940. He was aged 91. So without Stanley's vast fortune, subsequent owners had a difficult time maintaining the large resort, and it passed through owners who, like Stanley, never managed to make a profit. Stanley operated the hotel almost as a pastime, remarking once that he spent more money than he made each summer. In 1926, Stanley sold his hotel to a private company incorporated for the sole purpose of running it. That venture failed, and in 1929, Stanley repurchased his property out of foreclosure, selling it again in 1930 to fellow automobile and hotel magnate Roe Emery of Denver, who then really transformed it into an open hotel. So even with the nearby national park growing in popularity and visitors, the success of the hotel was minimal. After attempts at a revival,
Drink.
the property was sold to John Cullen in the mid-1990s. Budgets were so stretched that at the time of the sale, the turn-down service comprised of the top bed duvet being placed on nails across the window because they couldn't afford drapes.
That was their turn down service?
Yeah, so they just pulled the top thing off and like hung it up. So
Mom, that was the part that I was like, my mom's going to get a kick out of that because she worked in hotels for all of her career as a director of housekeeping. And so the turn down service here at the Stanley was they would hang the duvet up in the windows by nails because they couldn't afford drapes. I like that one. That's my favorite.
yeah.
That's my favorite little tidbit.
And so by the time Stephen King fatefully showed up, the hotel was not in its best condition, let's say. And it would be the fame of the novel and subsequent film, The Shining, that saved the
Drake.
hotel from the wrecking ball. Yes. And that is the history of the Stanley.
Great job.
Thank you.
I don't know who wrote that history, but good job.
I mean, they're probably pretty awesome.
They're probably pretty awesome. Okay. So we're going to get into the hauntings now, guys. For those of you that are going to be playing a drinking game where when the video cuts out, we drink, and when the words "The Shining" is said, we drink, get those livers ready. Because I got a lot of The Shining to
Sorry,
say.
that's me.
That's Archie. Okay.
I swear I'm still here.
Okay. Do you guys want to trade
Want to trade out?
duties?
Well, you know what? I heard this thing clicked, and then you motioned at me to get to it.
It clicked.
I heard a click come from the camera.
That's so weird because I never did that before, but okay.
Yeah,
No, that's the fan.
that's the fan.
That's not that click. Okay. Archie, your sister Laura said, "Oh, Laura's are awesome."
We are.
All right, I'll squeeze
Right.
in.
All
take the
Laura's
camera.
are tiny
I'll
pains
switch
in
these
the
with you.
butt.
We'll take turns.
Okay.
Eye on you, Markham. Okay. All right, guys. Let's talk about the hauntings. Look, Tish. She's like, shining, shining. Okay, here we go.
I think we have to say it.
Oh, right. Right. We have to say it.
You can't just spam the comments with
No.
drinking,
Right. The drinking
with
comments.
drinking games.
Okay. All right. So my portion I got from Nightly Spirits, ABC Action News, Gazette.
She heard the click.
Is it off?
It's off. Gazette, Road Trippers, Legends of America.
It's so annoying.
It is really annoying. but
Shining.
Drink, shining, and drink.
2.
Road Trippers, Legends of America, the DiscoverAll.com, and the Gazette.com article was written by Stephanie Earls. So let's go ahead and get into talking about the hauntings. This hotel is so haunted, you guys, that it has its own paranormal investigators that lead tours here at the Stanley, which I love, and I have put my application in. So as Laura mentioned, in the 1970s, the hotel had lost much of its splendor. It had also started gaining the reputation of being a haunted hotel, which in the 1970s wasn't as big of a draw or a selling point as it is today. So as most folks know, this room and this hotel, this room is where brilliant author Stephen King conceived The Shining.
Yay!
Yay! So, and he did so as it's a very famous story. Him and his wife Tabitha, who is also an equally brilliant author, stayed here in 1974. They happened to be the last guests in the hotel because, as Laura and Archie mentioned, they closed it down for the season. So they were the last guests here in the hotel. And Stephen King had actually recounted in an interview once that they were being the only guests in the hotel. They ate dinner in the dining room where all of the chairs were on the tables except for theirs. His wife Tabitha had gone back up to their room, this room, and she had retired for the evening. And he spent time wandering the halls of the hotel and had a drink in the bar served by a man named Grady. Now, for those of you who have read The Shining or seen the movie The Shining, now we're just all
Now
getting
you're
drunk.
just doing it on purpose.
One of the main characters that Jack Nicholson interacts with, his name is Grady. So having wandered this remote location at the time, it's actually in the middle of the town now. But at the time, it was a very remote location. Having wandered the remote location, the grandeur of the place, and the eerie desolation of the location, his imagination was running wild. A man like Stephen King, whose imagination probably just runs wild on the regular,
All the time.
I can't imagine what would actually cause that to go into overdrive, but I love it. It's one of my favorite stories. So, oh, she heard it. Okay. Mm-hmm. So he even claimed, quote, "It was like God had put me here to hear and see those things."
No, it hasn't come back yet.
Okay. Should be back on. Alright. Random ass shit.
There we go. Black screen. So, in a retelling about that night, King had said that he, quote, he said, quote, "I dreamed my 3-year-old son running through the corridors, looking back over his shoulder, eyes wide and screaming. He was being chased by a fire hose. I woke up with a tremendous jerk, sweating all over, within an inch of falling out of bed. I got up, lit a cigarette, sat in a chair, looking out the window at the Rockies," so probably that window. Because
That one goes to, yeah. You can
Yeah,
see
this
right
one
through
goes straight out to him.
So all these windows he looked out. Every window.
At the same
At
time.
the same time. And by the time the cigarette was done, he had the bones of The Shining firmly set in his mind. We're starting to have people just post drinking emojis in the chat. This is the best group ever. Okay. So.
It's like they get us.
It's like they get us. It's like they do. So, now, you may notice that in Kubrick's 1980 film adaptation of The Shining, I'm starting to get bombed.
We should have got more beer, Laura.
Woof. You may notice that the famous bathtub scene takes place in room 237. That's because the Timberline Lodge in Oregon that was actually used for exterior shots of the movie, I'll just say that because we all need a break.
Of the Overlook.
Of the Overlook, they were exterior shots of the Overlook.
Sure, I can remember the name now.
Now you can.
That would have tied us. What would that have done to your gift giving?
Oh,
She
dude.
was gonna make us do some ridiculous shit. Be happy we didn't get tied.
Okay, cheers to that.
I actually might need to make you do it now anyway. Anyway, so that hotel didn't actually embrace the ghosts quite like the Stanley Hotel did. and they asked that the room number be changed to a non-existent number. So that's why it's 237 and not 217 like it is in the book. So it is fairly well known that Stephen King didn't like Stanley Kubrick's version of The Shining in 1997. Stephen King wrote and produced a mini-series more in line with his book and his vision. I said The Shining. Everybody drink.
Cheers.
Now the audience is just like, get wasted. That's going to be really funny. Great.
We're going to have to close this up, Laura.
I mean... So, in 1997, Stephen King wrote and produced a TV miniseries more in line with the book and his vision. The Stanley Hotel is, thank you, Laura. She's on it. Video blackout. Everybody drink. I'm telling you what.
You still got to have... well, you still have a glass of wine. We're almost out of beer.
Okay.
Or I'm out of beer.
Sorry.
That was Laura.
Okay. The Stanley Hotel is the primary filming location for Stephen King's version of that movie. Today, the hotel plays both the film and the TV version on a loop on one channel, so guests can watch them during their stay. Now everybody is, now they're like, time for nachos. Oh my God. I love this group. You guys are the best. Okay, so one of my favorite facts about the Stanley Hotel is that this hotel was used for exterior shots for Dumb and Dumber. There is a story that is widely circulated, and Jim Carrey is not denying it, that when he did request to stay here in this room, but he did leave abruptly after a few hours and refused to return. He never gave a reason, but as I said in the very first episode, do we need a reason why?
No.
We don't need a reason why. Now, this room is known to be haunted by Elizabeth Wilson, also known as Mrs. Wilson. Wow.
You're doing great.
Wow, that's awesome.
Tish, it's happening.
Let me get your wine.
Yeah, where's my wine bottle? Also known as Mrs. Wilson. She is the one we believe that is setting off our REM pod. She tends to do it whenever we talk about her specifically, so we'll see if this goes off again. And she has been backing off of it and shutting it off on command, so we'll see if she continues to do that. She was the hotel's head housekeeper, and she was injured when the gas lighting went out in the hotel during a storm. Unfortunately, what she had done was she was checking all of the guest rooms to make sure that all of the gas lighting was out. But in here, in room 217, the gas lighting was still on. And she walked in with a candle. And it created an explosion that blew up this room and up, I think, to the fourth floor, I think.
I think so.
Yeah.
Well,
This whole section.
Yeah, the whole section. And she dropped down through this floor into the ballroom below. She broke her ankles, but all of her medical bills, everything, she was nursed back to full health by the Stanleys. They paid for everything. They really loved her. And she continued working for them here as the head housekeeper until she retired. So it is believed that she loves this hotel so much that she has chosen to stay in her afterlife. Now, she does frequent this room. A number of guests do report that suitcases will be unpacked, objects will be moved around, cameras will be shut off intermittently, and it just went off.
Like on cue.
Thank you,
On
Mrs.
cue,
Wilson.
Thank you.
Wow.
Right on, and there was no nothing.
There was no click or anything that time.
All right.
That was right on cue.
Let's switch.
Yeah, that's getting annoying, that sound, though.
It is.
That's great.
Hey, okay. And lights will be turned off and on.
Are we waiting? No.
Do you want me to run over?
Yeah, run over and switch it.
I'm all unplugged the ring light. Okay, that was me. And as a paranormal investigator, I shouldn't have done that. That wasn't very nice. Oh, thanks, Arch. Okay. Now everybody's excited. Okay. So she doesn't approve of unmarried couples sleeping in the same bed. Now, this room is a standard king. So
We have a sofa bed.
we
too.
do have a sofa bed.
We keep telling her that we're a thruple.
We keep telling her we're a thruple.
So maybe
just
she'll get mad.
to kind of see what she does tonight. And she has shown up. I mean, stuff's happening. But she doesn't approve of unmarried couples sleeping together in the room, and couples have reported that they have felt a cold force between them when they were in bed. Now, that could be her, or, the fire just could have died out for those couples. We don't know. When they wake up, they often find that the man's things have been packed and his luggage has been set by the door. So, Archie, tomorrow morning, we might have to wake up and take a picture and just see if your shit's been fucked with. Now, that's kind of it for room 217. There is the vortex. And that was one of the questions that I gave Laura and Archie. The grand staircase here at the Stanley Hotel is known as the vortex. It is quite elaborate. It is considered a natural spiral of energy. It is referred to as a rapid transit system for all of the ghosts that are said.
That's fan.
Was it? Okay. That are said to haunt the hotel. Photos of ghosts are frequently taken on this staircase. And I am going to show you a couple of those now. Maybe. We'll see if this fucking works. Hey.
If not, we're definitely going to be doing more lives, too, as we go through the hotel over the weekend.
Oh, yeah. We're going to be doing more lives. We're going to, but...
We'll be posting stuff up so you guys can see the...
Let's see if I can get this right. If the camera may die, Archie, when I do this. But anyway, two of the most famous pictures that have been captured here at the Stanley Hotel are vis-a-vis the following. I've lost my place and I'm just trying to say words until I find it.
No. All right.
Not going to happen. Anyway, here's the first one. This is on the grand staircase. It's gone.
Press power.
I did.
Sometimes you're going to press it again.
Anyway, while Archie tinkers with the camera, this is the picture. Can you guys see this?
Mm-hmm. Well, I can.
Yeah, can you hear it? Can you guys see this picture? There's about a 5-second delay between what we say and what they are hearing. So.
Gotcha.
Okay,
yeah,
cool. Right. So this picture was taken while a group was waiting for one of the ghost hunting tours to start. And it was taken by Mr. and Mrs. Mosling. They were up on one of the upper staircases, and they took this photograph of the group. You'll see in the center here of a blurry little girl. Then you'll see over here on the stairs going up, there's a woman that looks to be blonde hair, gray sweater, and then another little girl that's blurry next to her. Those two little girls were actually not on the stairs when this photograph was taken. So they did have it, they sent it to the Stanley. The Stanley was like, yes, this looks like genuine spirit photography, and we have talked so much about that lately in this podcast.
We really have, yeah. The spiritualism episode is particularly.
Absolutely. So, yes, Mary, that is a little girl. There's actually another little girl on the staircase going up by the woman with blonde hair. So, they did have it sent out to a forensic photographer, and like Kodak, they sent it to a company
to make sure it wasn't fucked with.
Right, exactly. And one of the guys there said that if it wasn't highly doctored, it is actually one of the most compelling pieces of spiritual photography that he has ever seen.
Wow.
Yeah. And they couldn't find anything as far as like Photoshop, and like this is kind of what they do.
Right, absolutely.
You know what I mean? So I thought this was really, really fascinating. The other picture was taken by a man named Henry Yao on the grand staircase. And this is that picture. Can you guys all see that picture? We'll give him a second because, like I said, there's a delay. Yeah, Tish, it does kind of look like a hologram projection. Okay. So now this picture was taken by a guest that was staying at the Stanley Hotel, and he said that he specifically waited for people to stop going up and down the grand staircase so that he could take this photograph of the grand staircase. Now, we've seen it, and this hotel is busy. You guys, this hotel is super busy.
So many people.
So many people. I mean, good...
Tours and weddings and rehearsal
Just
dinners
get
and guests.
podcasters coming here to
Right.
fucking fuck it all up. It's
People coming for dinner. It is very busy.
It's a very busy hotel. So he specifically waited until nobody was on the staircase because he wanted to capture the staircase. When he got home, saw the film, this is exactly what he found. It is believed to be F.O. Stanley. He is known to still haunt the... Drink! He is still known to haunt this hotel, and I will get to him and his wife Flora here in just a minute. Yes, Tish, that is correct. She says, in a weird way, apparitions are actually projection of light and energy, so hologram is a close analogy. Yeah. So yes, a number of odd photographs have been captured on this staircase. We are hoping to capture a bunch of them this weekend.
We're going to do our best.
We're going to do our best. Now,
Hopefully they're in the whiskey bar.
Did you just say, are there spirits in a whiskey bar?
Yes.
Oh.
I said hopefully they're in the whiskey bar. Dad jokes.
Everybody drink for the pun.
Right? Dad jokes. Cheers,
Dad
clink.
jokes.
Dad jokes. You're terrible. Okay. So, also here on the Vortex, which is the main staircase, guests report cold spots and feeling dizzy on the stairs, as though something has just walked right through them. Orbs and distortions have also been captured on camera. Mr. and Mrs. Stanley have even been seen hand in hand watching over the hustle and bustle from the grand staircase. So, which I think is just adorable.
That's awesome.
I think that's really cute. There is also the concert hall, and you guys, this property is huge. There's a number of different buildings on it, and I knew that, but I guess when we drove up tonight, I was sort of surprised just how many there are. One of them is the concert hall. There is a well-known ghost by the name of Paul, who apparently does like to enforce an 11 p.m. curfew, so when we go wandering around this weekend. Guests have been told to get out. Now, this is where neither one of you got this question right, because they each practiced the other's questions. Neither one of you got this question right. We reference the handbook for the recently deceased from Beetlejuice.
Yes, that's right. Oh my god, I still remember that. I love Beetlejuice.
And Archie had even a funny story about a coworker who had a phone case
I
of
remember
that.
it.
Yes.
I totally remember it. Right,
So the
now
fact
you
that you both
But
failed,
you
that,
also talked about the sequel to The Shining. In fairness.
that is
So
true.
Dr. Sleep was not wrong.
It was wrong for the
I got
purposes of
7.
my question. You did go.
Oh, okay.
All right, to add to the, I'm gonna autograph your new script. You're like, don't touch it.
I need
Go
to.
down to the bar.
Right? Good Lord. Anywho, so yes, he has been known to tell ghosts to get out. No. Tish, it's going sideways. This drinking game is making it go sideways. Tell guests to get out at 11 p.m. Tour guides do tend to, thank you, Archie, do tend to ask Paul to manipulate and play the flashlight game.
Yay. Alright. Woo woo.
Blackout.
Oh.
Play the flashlight game, and he does tend to respond often playing that game, which we did play at Trans Allegheny and had the best time with it. I'm not entirely sure of the specifics of the flashlight game. I've heard
turn it
different
on and
things.
off and-
Yeah. Well, I mean,
like EMF,
there's a
but
certain
like-
kind of way you can manipulate it so that it
Yeah.
all. I mean, I don't know.
Something with the batteries, so like they barely touch it.
It's
and
a
then,
thing. Yeah, it's a thing.
Yeah. It seems kind of sketchy.
Mrs.
but-
Wilson, are you still here with us? Would you please set off that EMF detector if you're still here?
It's blinking.
It is blinking. It is blinking.
That's not gone off. No,
It's-
it's stable.
Yeah.
It did blink for a second. Though.
It did. Thank you. Oh, it's blinking again. Okay. The other ghost is Lucy, and she's believed to be a homeless woman who lived in the basement of the concert hall to get away from the brutally cold winters. After a time, she was actually found frozen to death, and she is now believed to haunt the concert hall. She enjoys communicating with the tours and investigations, often, again, playing the flashlight game with them. So, let's get into some more of the rooms that are the most haunted. As one of you got correctly, I think it was you, the most haunted floor in the Stanley Hotel is actually the 4th floor. So, let's talk about room 401. Now, 401, the 4th floor, it used to be a giant attic space. And it eventually was converted to a space where female employees and their children and nannies used to stay. So children are frequently heard running and playing and laughing in the hallway. Consistent calls to the front desk with complaints from guests when no children are actually checked into rooms on that floor is another common occurrence. Keep that in mind, guys, because we move to the 4th floor tomorrow.
That's right.
Oh, nice.
Yes. Claims of the closet door opening and closing in room 401 on its own. On Ghost Hunters, which is one of my very favorite paranormal reality shows, one of the investigators spent the night in the room, and he set up a camera facing the closet door. The closet opened, and you hear glass breaking in the episode. He got up, moved the camera, noticed the broken water glass, and it had actually been broken from the outside in. So like it wasn't like it had exploded outward. It was like somebody crushed it and glass was down in the glass.
Weird.
It was really weird, yeah. So, thank you, Archie. He placed the camera toward the closet door on the nightstand, and 11 minutes later, because it's times... I need a refill. Cheers.
I'm here for you. That's what co-hosts are for.
Oh, okay. So they asked me to tell the closet story again because the audio cut out. So he heard the closet opened, and so when he is in there, he's asleep, and he's got the camera on, probably something very similar to what I'm using right now, hopefully. Unfortunately for me, mine will probably cut out if I try to replicate this, but his didn't cut out. It did film the closet door opening on its own. And then the glass breaks, and you hear it. The glass breaks, he takes a look at it, he finds shards of glass in his glass. So he tells everybody, that it's going to review the evidence, take a note of this is what happened. Goes back to bed, sets the camera toward the closet door that's still open, goes back to sleep, and the timestamp runs for 11 minutes, where he then captures the closet door shutting on its own. Oh, hi, Laura's boob. Thank you.
You're welcome. That was free.
Gotta get freebies once in a while.
Wrong podcast, guys.
That's for my OnlyFans page.
Okay, yeah, Laura is on OnlyFans. Go over there and join her.
I'm not. I'd be so much
Yeah.
richer.
Yeah. One of the viewers said that they stayed the night at the Stanley on the 4th floor. Tish! I'm slurring. No, it's there. It's there. I stayed the night on the 4th floor several years ago. Children really do play in the hallways at 3 a.m. Unsettling, but fascinating. Love it. Wonder if maybe we could put our REM pod outside on the 4th floor.
We could try it maybe late, so it's not gonna go off from other people walking around probably.
True. Okay. So, the other thing is that there are reports of extremely cold air even in the summer with no air on, scratching the headboard above your head. And Archie, when I had said that about you, or when we had first done it, you had said that would be like cats using your... Mm-hmm. Yeah. People have reported feeling something having hold of their feet and ankles. I don't love that. Everybody knows that's listening to the podcast that has been, don't touch me when I'm sleeping. I hate that. That's stupid. And I don't like that. Don't do that. Human, dead, it doesn't matter. Don't touch my feet. Now, Lord Dunraven, who was the original owner of the land and not a very cool guy, is said to haunt this particular room as well. He likes to stand in the corner by the bathroom. Gross.
Laura.
Camera. In the corner by the bathroom. One account stated, hold on, it's gonna
ding in and out.
Cheers. One account stated that the light in the corner kept turning off and on. And when they finally asked him, could you please stop doing that? He did. He turned the light back on and it stayed on for the rest of their stay. So, a face has been seen peering and leering out of this room's window when it is unoccupied.
Oh.
Yeah. So I'm going to be that weird guest that's like staring up at all of the rooms and taking pictures. That's going to be me this weekend. He has been known to creep on people, which I mentioned in the very first episode, and now I'm still wondering what that means. Is it like, or is it just sort of, what is it? Are there creepers watching? What do you do when you creep on people? Let us know in the chat.
They stalk their Facebook pages.
In the closet, women feel their hair being played with, an arm around their shoulder or waist, and a hand moving up the back of their leg. Ew! Gross! I don't love any of that. Men don't feel particularly welcome in this room sometimes, and they have felt someone pressing them into bed or their jewelry disappearing.
The men have their jewelry disappear?
And being pressed into the bed. So it sounds a little bit like a sleep paralysis kind of situation. Okay. Next one. This is the one that in the very first episode you were excited for.
Oh, okay.
Room 428. Reports of footsteps and furniture moving above them, but it's not possible. Do you remember this? Of the slope of the roof.
Yeah, there's no room above.
There's no room, yeah. And there is also a friendly cowboy that often appears at the corner of the bed.
What room are we in?
I think we're in 401. Sorry. This is the one where men get suffocated and pushed into the bed.
Yeah,
that's the room we're in.
Probably the friendly cowboy.
No, he's in 428.
Oh.
Sorry.
Oh, disappointment all around.
I'm so sorry.
Can't get choked out by an invisible cowboy no matter how
Again, wrong podcast, you guys. That's not what we talk about on this podcast. So, obviously, many friendly cowboys have spent a night or two at the Stanley Hotel over the years. I haven't said it in a while. The Shining, Tish. Drink. Laura. Cheers, clink.
And the camera's out again.
Camera's out again.
Chime. That should just be the drinking chime.
That should be the drinking chime. I love her. She always puts emojis in. Beers. Clink. Yay. Oh. Don't break the glass. We'll have to buy it.
God, my beer is empty too. I just don't even need to do that.
Okay. At any rate, friendly cowboys have stayed at the Stanley. There is no indication of anyone dying in the building. However, those that know their Estes Park history believe this to be the spirit of Rocky Mountain Jim. ASMR. Page flip. Nugent. Jesus Christ. This is especially because he mostly appears to the ladies, sometimes giving them a ghostly kiss.
Woohoo!
Woohoo! Now, the spirits aren't actually limited to adults here at the Stanley Hotel. Tour guides say the ghost of a child with autism also roams the grounds and is known to play with the hair of the guests. Staff says the boy, who they have named Billy, is drawn to people who work with people with autism or are familiar with the developmental disorder. So,
Here we go. Carrie and I are going to have it.
I kind of hope we see him. Again, the grand staircase, it bears repeating again. Most people report feeling sick on this, though, which I don't love. We'll see what happens when we hang out on it. Now, did you guys know there were underground tunnels here? I mean, I did. Did you guys know?
Yeah, running to the conference hall or the concert hall and just around to various points in the city, right?
In the city?
I thought it was in the city.
Oh, I don't know about that.
I mean, I know about all on the property, but I thought there was further. But I could be wrong. I
Okay.
usually am.
I mean, you might be, but I mean, they were aware that the Stanley Hotel has underground tunnels as well. Except for Tish. She was just like, tunnels? Yes. We'll send you pictures. Now, the caves have a high concentration of limestone and quartz, which some believe help capture paranormal energy. Laura, we have decided that is one of the trifecta of a haunted location.
And there's water you can see from here.
Water, yes. Creeks running everywhere, all around here. Now, it has been used by employees to get around the hotel, and it would seem that one of them is actually still down there. Current employees say, this sounds amazing, and this is included on the tour, so I can't wait to do this. But current employees say that the smells of home-baked goods linger in the tunnel with no apparent source. The buzz is coming up, guys.
Drinking chime. Carrie's not going to make it through her part at this point.
I'm almost done. I just have 19 pages to go. Oh, guys, I'm kidding. I don't have that many, I swear.
It's 12. She exaggerates.
Right, everyone's like, keep the drinking game going. Say The Shining again. Oh, right.
Oh, fuck.
Ah, crap. Okay, we're out of wine. We're out of alcohol here at History of Haunting. Oh, I was kidding.
You're not.
Thanks. Great, the one talking. Okay. So
I'm an enabler.
current employees say that the smell of home-baked goods linger in the tunnel with no apparent source. They do attribute this to the pastry chef who worked for the Stanleys when the hotel opened. There is also Archie, a gray cat even seen stalking about with bright green eyes.
Oh, shit. Just something else I need to take home with me.
I mean, the two of you.
Listen, I foster.
She fosters.
Yeah, I used to as well. It's called foster fail.
I'm not failing.
That's what we said.
I mean, a little bit right now, but it's fine.
Your sister says don't spit your water out.
Well, and no one intends to.
So, the cat is not known to be from the pet cemetery, which I will get to in a minute. But, so perhaps wherever he came from, those mysterious tunnels once led. So maybe it was just a cat that got down there and then, died and whatever. A woman was pushed by an unseen force down there, and slightly injured when she fell in the tunnels. And then after that happened, she heard laughing afterward, which is kind of a super dick move.
Listen, it wasn't me.
Tend to agree.
Yeah. Now let's get back to F.O. and Flora Stanley. So F.O. is most often seen in the lobby behind the front desk and in the billiard room, which was his favorite place in the entire hotel. It appears that he appears to be overseeing the activities going on in the hotel. He was once seen walking behind a tour group who had entered the room. Now, bartenders here at the hotel have reported seeing F.O. stroll through the bar, disappearing when they try to cut him off in the kitchen.
I
Which,
disappear when they cut me off, too.
Right? Except I
It's
don't.
weird how that happens. They cut you off and you just go away.
We'll find out later.
Is the mic even picking her up?
I don't know. Can you guys hear Laura? She's way over in the corner. Tunnels give easy access from other underground locations, not for ghosts. Did I make that clear yet? Oh,
Quit sexting your girlfriend, Jesus.
I'm not doing anything to anyone.
okay. So, Flora, however, is thought to still be playing...
Drinking time.
I mean, it's really starting to grate. Flora is thought to still be playing the piano in the ballroom. Music is often... What was that?
Sorry. Me. My bracelet on the wood thing.
Okay, stop. Every noise, I'm like, it's a ghost.
Just read your part.
About all the ghosts in this hotel? Okay. Mary sounds like, cheers, sweetie. Flora is thought to still be playing the piano in the ballroom. Music is often heard coming from it when no one is in the room. However, the piano keys are still seen moving after the sound has stopped. The scent of roses often precedes Flora, who reportedly still keeps an eye on the guests. Keen on good posture, both of you pay attention. Or she's like, yes. Keen on good posture, it is said that she pinches guests or runs an icy finger down their back to remind them to stand up straight.
Creepy.
Right. So not all of the hotel's purported ghosts stand on two legs. There's a pet cemetery on the grounds and that the guides say is the final resting place of some of the owner's animals. Staff says the ghosts of a cat and a dog have been seen roaming around. Cassie, the golden retriever, and Comanche, a fluffy white cat, have both been seen and heard all around the property.
Oh.
I know. So there was one of my favorite stories that I had to share, and I did share this with my mother when I was doing my research, was that one family that was staying here spoke to housekeeping. And the the member of housekeeping, the room attendant, had actually said, quote, "They don't like the vacuums." The housekeeper apparently had leaned in and added in an excited whisper, "The ghosts hate it when the vacuums are on, so they turn them off or they unplug them."
Clearly, they don't like video cameras either.
They don't like video cameras either, which is upsetting, but also might kind of be helping this. Anyway, so that is what I have for the hauntings of the Stanley Hotel, you guys. I do want to say, in closing, that the Stanley Hotel is a top destination for ghost hunters, horror fans, adventure seekers, health enthusiasts, nature lovers, and podcasters alike. You don't actually have to stay overnight to experience...
Ah, son of a bitch.
Laura! Camera!
Chop, chop, bitch!
Chop, chop, bitch!
I assume it'll stay on long enough for us to close up.
Yeah,
right?
we're just about done, guys.
Alright, here we go.
Okay.
I'm coming back.
I'm gonna start that closing over again.
No, just do it.
Okay.
Come to the Stanley. It's rad.
It's rad.
Come
nice.
do a tour. Come see the beauty.
Tours are available daily, and each restaurant, bar, museum, and spa offers a unique experience, literally brought back from the dead, as Laura had alluded to. Thanks to one of the most famous and successful writers of all time, it is no wonder that the Stanley Hotel is considered among the most haunted hotels in the world. If you are brave enough to visit, the Stanley is waiting with arms wide open to welcome you, and we can agree to that for sure.
Oh, yes.
Do it.
1,000%. So, for reservations, visit stanleyhotel.com or call 970-577-4040. You can reserve a specific
You can
room.
do something. You can do things.
You can do things, but you'll have to do it way in advance. For example, we reserved this room, room 217, back in March, and it was the last night of this year that they had this room available. It was only by the grace of God that it happened to fall on our 100th episode. We are only here for tonight. We have to check out of this room tomorrow, and then we get to check it, well, not have to, but we get to check into one of the spirited rooms on the 4th floor. So super excited about that. Also, again, keep in mind that any room on the 2nd and the 4th floors of the main hotel are not only super haunted, but they are the locations of tour stops, as Laura and I found out earlier. A number of reviews of the Stanley Hotel have stated that it is super noisy. People like to scream and make all kinds of crazy noises, bang on doors, and freak people out. So that, ladies and gentlemen, is our episode, our 100th episode celebration on the Stanley Hotel. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much for giving us the opportunity to redo it with 2 years worth of techniques and stuff like that. Everything is wonderful.
Thank you.
Everybody, yes. So we did have a really wonderful time. We are going to call it a night. Thank you so much for playing a drinking game. Follow us on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, and the Twitter, right? The Twitter?
Kind of the Twitter.
The Twitter.
kind of the Twitter. At HOAH Podcast. We're going to be bringing you lives all weekend long. We certainly hope that you enjoyed this. Thank you so much for sticking in there with us. We had the very best time. We're going to go down to the bar, and we're going to talk to the bartender, and we're going to drink some more, and we're going to have a great time and hang out. We're also going to do the Estes method later tonight, guys. And yes, we are going to be seeing Aidan Sinclair's Underground while we are here. We would not miss it for the world. So that is all we have. Arch, you have anything?
I don't.
Laura, you got anything?
Just happy to be
All
here.
right, well, we better wrap this up before the camera decides to die. Mrs. Wilson, thank you so much
Oh,
for...
it died.
It died. It died.